Amber Heard's sister reveals her alcohol problem. The Amber Heard-Johnny Depp defamation case has kept the world hooked on their TV screens. Time and again, this trial unfolds new unheard truths that make the audience so addicted to this case. Whitney Heard, although a minor celebrity but popular because of her elder sister Amber Heard, made a blunder mistake in the renowned Amber Heard-Johnny Depp defamation case by indirectly admitting that she was an alcoholic. She served as another entertaining member in the case, and here's how. Whitney's accusations against Johnny. On 18 May 2022, Whitney made certain accusations against Johnny, claiming that Johnny had once attacked her and her elder sister Amber. As for Whitney, an incident took place in March 2015 when Johnny Depp got into a physical fight with her and Amber. She described the whole happening in court with much detail. She said that she and Amber were just talking to each other and Whitney's back was facing the top of the stairs. Out of nowhere, Johnny appears at the scene and hits Whitney on her back. In response to this, Amber shouted at Johnny, trying to push him away from Whitney. Meanwhile, Travis, the security guard who was there downstairs, rushed up to the staircase when he heard the noises. Johnny and Amber then got into an ugly fight. Johnny held Amber by her hair and just started smacking her face again and again. Travis luckily stopped the fight by the two away from each other. Whitney quickly grabbed Amber by her hand and took her to the nearest room, and both of them stayed there the whole night. Whitney also said that Johnny kept abusing both of them verbally from outside the room. As per her testimony, Johnny was screaming and banging the doors continuously. He was behaving like an animal that night. Before we move further, I ask you to bear in mind that this is just a story told by Whitney, which may or may not be true. A while after that incident, Johnny asked Whitney to sign an NDA that would restrict her from telling anyone about this incident later in life. Whitney hesitated at first. She was just sitting around with the form for some time. After much requesting and pleading, Whitney signed the NDA. However, she didn't abide by it, did she? She ended up recalling the whole incident loud and clear in front of the entire court to support her sister. Whitney, Johnny, and Amber lived together. Whitney, Johnny, and Amber lived together in the same penthouse for a while. Whitney tells the court that she has been with Amber through thick and thin whenever Amber needed to be comforted. Whitney was always at her disposal. She described another happening by saying that one night Amber was lying beside her in bed when she told Whitney that she thought Johnny was cheating on her. Whitney's big alcohol addiction. On being asked if she was sober during the fight, Whitney replied, "Rare occasions where I was sober." Can you believe that? She soberly admitted that she is an alcohol addict. Why should the court trust someone who is drunk and high most of the time? Is Whitney even dependable if she can barely recall most of the things that happened during the brief period of time she was residing with Amber and Johnny? Well, I guess not, given that Johnny Depp's testimonies were considered to be less reliable at times due to his drinking problem. Fans' opinions about Whitney. A fan has commented that Whitney's role in the case was very minor. She had not come prepared with anything. She just appeared in court thinking that she can outsmart the lawyers easily. Moreover, in the very short footage that was given to Whitney, she appears to be a non-reliable witness with a drinking problem. Not to forget, she was completely biased because she obviously could not go against her sister. A Twitter user also pointed out that Whitney and Amber were making frequent eye contact during the trial. It was as if Whitney was making sure whether or not she had said the right thing. Moreover, the testimonies of both sisters sounded very similar. It seems that they had everything planned out the night before. Another follower of the defamation case has commented that for a person who was intoxicated most of the time, Whitney has exceptional memory. It seems she can recall everything in exact sequence without any difficulty. This contradicts her alcohol addiction. Alcohol negatively impacts the part of the brain that stores memory, so alcohol addicts usually find it difficult to remember stuff. However, interestingly and also quite suspiciously, that was not the case with Whitney. Many other fans have also criticized Whitney's testimony. They have continuously argued that she can't be taken as a reliable, independent witness. Her statement about her alcohol addiction was a major turnoff for the court. It made them lose trust in her words. Meanwhile, the physically violent fight described by her seemed totally made up to the audience. That incident contradicted Johnny's personality as a human being. And that's all we had in store for you today. We don't know how much of Whitney's stories was true, but we do know that it was an important element in the hot mix of the Amber Heard-Johnny Depp defamation case. How about you guys? Do you think Whitney's testimony should have been trusted? If yes, what does that say about the seriousness of the testimonies of alcoholic witnesses in court? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.